Now, Tuesday came the shocking news of the death of 1994 Heisman winner Rashaan Salaam at the age of 42. He led the country in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns as a junior, en route to becoming the first Colorado player to win the Heisman. His coach, Bill McCartney, had this to say following the news: "He had a happy heart. I loved being around him. He didn't take himself too seriously, and he always credited those around him, especially his offensive line. What I liked about him is that he had a sparkle in his eye. He was upbeat and positive." Christian, he was also your teammate. Take us back to his Heisman Trophy winning year and a game late in that season.
Yeah, I'm just getting the chills just thinking about it because everything Max said was true. Always had a big smile on his face. I remember when we were about to play Iowa State, okay, and he was 204 yards away from reaching 2,000 yards. And I remember the forecast that night was for a heavy snow. And it was, all right, great, we're never going to make this. It's never going to happen. Woke up in the morning, clear skies, a fast track. We're playing on turf. He ended up rushing for 259 yards and capped it off with a 67-yard touchdown to really seal the day. And I remember just how, thankful he was to his offensive lineman. You know, he never took the credit. Like, what you think a tailback should be is what he did. He just was humble. When he got the Heisman Trophy, he brought it back to all the offensive linemen, tight ends included. And he had a happy vibe about him. He was never upset. He was always high-fiving everybody. He was always just the man. You know, and it's just really sad because it's a big part of that Colorado family and the culture that was built there in the early 90s that he was a big part of, and just really bummed out for him. And just everybody associated with him. Sucks.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
That's tough. That was a tight group. Remember, Rick Neuheisel was the offensive coordinator. You know, there.
You called his last game.
Yeah, I called the last game. Fiesta Bowl against Notre Dame. That's where I first met Christian. Even though we did go to the same high school. Met him there, and met Rashaan Salaam, and got a chance to do some of his pro games too. And what Coach McCartney and how he described him, that's exactly what the guy was like. And it didn't matter if it was at Colorado when he was on top of the world, maybe at Chicago where they were starting to pile on a little bit because he wasn't producing like maybe they expected him to, despite the fact that he did get hurt. He was always so upbeat, always so positive, and he was always quick to give credit to the other. As much as you tried to make it about him, when you get in a production meeting, it was always about his line. It was always about, he even mentioned his tight end blocking.
Which is so important.
Tight ends didn't block that.
No, back then they did, though. Back then we did. That's all we did.
Yeah. I thought you wore that collar just for being able to catch.
I was inspired by you, you know? I was wanted to be a Randy Cross guy.
Well, it's great you can remember him with a smile.
Yeah, definitely.
A sad day for the Salaam family as well as the Colorado football family. Rashaan Salaam, a Heisman Trophy winner, gone at the age of 42.